Hello everyone, Nick here. For today's brand new episode, I'm going to be creating one of my favorite dishes in the Italian cuisine, or should I say, Italian-American cuisine, Alfredo pasta. So, without further ado, let's get cooking. So, you're probably wondering, Nick, how do you create Alfredo sauce? Well, I'll show you this recipe, and I tell you, once you have this recipe, you are never gonna look back at packet Alfredo sauces ever again. So, what you will need is 40 grams of butter. If you're feeding 2 people, I would recommend 80. A high quality Parmigiano Reggiano, so about a block. I'm using half today because that's all I have. Definitely go with this type of brand, like a nice aged one, that's perfect. 2 tablespoons of salt and about 150 to 200 grams of pasta. Ideally, you should be using fresh fettuccine or tagliatelle, but all I have now, I got myself a nice egg pasta. It's pappardelle, so this should work just fine. Get yourself a nice high quality egg pasta if you don't have time making fresh pasta. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna have to fill our pot. So you'll need a large pot like this. Make sure that it's like at least there's enough room for the pasta to actually move around. So it's always good to have a lot of water for a large pot. Once your pot has been filled with water, put that to the stove, set it to a high, and watch that boil. Now all you're gonna do now is wait for it to boil. While we wait for our pasta water to boil, we're going to be preparing for the ingredients. So we'll take our 40 grams of butter and place it like so in the bowl. Next up, we're gonna have to grate our Parmigiano Reggiano. So we'll have to use this to grate it. Make sure you get a lot of it in there. It's a bit of a lengthy process, but you want as much Parmesan in your pasta. You want as much as... I think that should be enough Parmigiano for now. This much. That's a perfect amount, honestly. Now, once your water has begun boiling like so, you add your salt in. So, now you've heard there's a saying that your pasta water has to be as salty as the Mediterranean Sea. Now, don't worry, don't take it too literally. What that means is you have to salt your water. If you do not salt your water, your pasta will become flavorless. Don't worry about the water having a lot of salt. You might see this and think, whoa, that's a lot of salt that you added in. Don't worry, you're not drinking the water, you should be fine. Now that we have salted our water and our water has begun boiling, we begin to add the pasta in. So we'll add it like so. Now, because I'm using egg pasta, this will take longer to cook, but it is so much better than regular pasta. Egg pasta is freaking amazing. Now, of course, fresh pasta cooks the quickest. So we're gonna have to keep a very good eye out on this pasta. The best way to figure out if your pasta is done is, of course, trying the strand. Now, I've seen plenty of people out there try to stick pasta on the wall or touch it with their fingers. Best way to do it is to grab a strand. Make sure it doesn't burn your fingers because of the hot water, and give it a try. Now, that still needs a bit of cooking. That's the best way how to figure out if your pasta is cooked. Alright, I think that should be good to go. But first, the ultimate test. We'll have to try it again. Alright, that is done. Alright, once your pasta is done, switch off the stove. We'll go talking about the next part. Now, here's the best part about this whole thing, the preparation. Now, as you can see here, definitely, I implore you to keep pasta water. You must keep pasta water because if you don't, your pasta will become sad and gloopy. But with pasta water, not only will your sauce not only get not gluggy, but it will make the sauce more creamier and more rich and thicker. It's a bonus. I implore you to get it. So, now we got our butter. Grab our pasta, add it into the bowl, and now watch. The pasta itself, watch yourself, the pasta and the butter will meld all together. Watch this. It will just create this nice creamy texture for the pasta. Oh, you can even smell it too. Oh. Once your pasta has a nice creamy texture to it, as you can see there with all that butter, that's from the butter, then you've got somewhere really nice. Now I'm just gonna mix that till there's no butter left. Now, here's where we add the cheese. We will need to add the cheese now. So we sprinkle some on here. Add some pasta water. Very important, you need to add pasta water. Now you mix that pasta, mix that real good. If you make a mess, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Just keep mixing that, add more pasta water. This is just now a test to see if you need this or you need that. And now, since our pasta is done, we can begin plating. Now let's plate this nice, delicious Alfredo pasta. Oh, that looks divine. So there you go, guys. A traditional Alfredo recipe for the sauce. And it looks divine. Look how creamy that is. Oh yeah. The aged cheese and the butter with the pasta sauce makes it so creamy and rich. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Absolutely, definitely give this recipe a try out, fellas. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and bell button down below. It's the best way of being notified of my latest video. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. This is Ottendo signing out.